All right, Cristian Andres Ponce.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Oops. All right. All right, we have Mr. Carestis here.
Yes, Judge Steve Carestis here on behalf of Christian Ponce.
Perfect. Oh, we have to do the appearances for the record? No.
Yeah.
Okay, appearances for the record. He did that, Mr. Carestis.
Stephen Miller for the state.
All right, perfect.
Senator Robert Williams with the Office of the Public Defender.
All right. All right, good. So here we have new charges for arrest affidavit for Mr. Ponce, leaving the scene of a crash with death, vehicular homicide, driving license suspended with death, and tampering with physical evidence. I did have the opportunity to review the arrest affidavit. Mr. Carestis, do you wish to be heard?
No, Judge, this actually came in a warrant. I'm looking at there was an arrest warrant signed by, I can't read the signature, but signed back on June the 10th by a judge. The probable cause has already been found. This is something that is alleged to have happened back on July the 4th of 2019.
Okay. I do see that. Now, this is Judge Johnson, I think, signed the original warrant. State?
Your Honor, in review of his history and his ties to the community, the bond schedule actually reflects that when someone is charged with leaving the scene of a crash with a death, if they have a prior felony driving while habitual offender, then the bond should be set by the judge at IA, not the predetermined $7,500 amount. So I would request that the court consider resetting the bond to a reasonable amount, given that the defendant has no employment history in this community. His, according to the first appearance sheet, his time at his residence is 1 year or longer. He has a connection to a possible gang in the community. His history, he has 4 prior felony Dwillis convictions that predates this offense. And he has another prior misdemeanor Dwillis conviction that predates this offense. Since picking up this offense, he was again rearrested on a new Dwillis. One second, I have the case number and the date. He has a new Dwillis case that he picked up this year in 20 MM 3356. So this defendant poses a danger to the community. He has struck, Good Samaritan civilians on the road going over 100 miles an hour while driving on a suspended license. He has 4 prior felony driving on a suspended license. He has very limited ties, if any. There's no record evidence of him owning a home, having children, being married, not employed. The state would request that the judge... Oh, and one more thing to consider, Your Honor. My apologies. Leaving the scene with death is a F1, punishable by up to 30 years. That does contain a 4-year minimum mandatory. On vehicular homicide, it's a F2. But with that charge, you do have the death points if convicted. So he would be looking at a minimum of around 9 to 10 years if convicted of the vehicular homicide. Given all that, given the danger he poses to the community, his prior history of driving, the nature of this offense, the state would request the court set the bond in the range of $100,000 to ensure that he does not flee, as he is facing substantial prison time, and that he maintains the safety and security of the community given his repeated violations of the traffic laws and the nature of this case. In addition, any conditions the court can impose: surrender any passport to ensure that he doesn't have an opportunity to leave the country, maintain within the confines of Orange County, not leave the county. Of course, do not operate a vehicle, surrender. Well, he doesn't have a driver's license to surrender. No contact with any witnesses or anybody associated with this case. And another thing to point out is he did try, and in this case he's charged with tampering, he did try at the time of the offense to conceal the evidence of the crime and elude prosecution, which is a concern. So the state would ask that the court reconsider the original set bond and set an appropriate bond given the nature of the charge and his history.
Okay, response?
Yes, Judge. First and foremost, my client's entitled to a bond. He was not out on bond, did not violate, did not pick up a new charge while he was out on bond. So just that first and foremost. Second, Judge Johnson already wrote in the bond amounts here, already determined these amounts. The state has made an oral motion here in court. I would ask that if they want the bonds to be substantially higher, then they file a written motion so that could be heard in court and we could prepare to to be prepared to respond to their allegations. And that's all they've stated here today. The new law offense are merely allegations. Nothing has been proven. Most of what the prosecutor said are just allegations. The prior, suppose there should be some evidence of that, I suppose, but everything else are just mere allegations. There's been no evidence presented to this court that he's a flight risk. There's no evidence before this court that of anything that they said pertaining to his job history, to his ties to the community. There's been no evidence brought before this court to that. It's just reading from some paper. So there's been no evidence before that. So I would ask that they be made to file a written motion if they want to do something like that, so that we could have time and be prepared to present testimony to refute some of those things in court and be prepared to present evidence to that fact. So since another judge has already reviewed this case in chambers, has already made the decisions based upon the bond amounts and based upon his reading of everything, presumably with the police officer right there in front of him, I would ask that the bonds remain as set here on the arrest warrant in the amounts that they've already written in.
Mr. Miller, I'm looking on the bond schedule again.
If you look at, Your Honor, can I point your attention to, I believe it's page 47. Let me just check. Or 54. I have an older version of the schedule and a newer version of the schedule. Under leaving the scene of an accident with personal injury or death.
54. Let me see if mine's 54. Okay. Yes.
Okay, so your standard typical amount would be $7,500. That is correct. However, the caveat under that says arrested for violation of 316.0271B, which if you look right above, that is the death subsection, and previously convicted of a violation of, and if you go to the bottom of that subsection, it says, or felony 322.34, driving while license suspended, revoked, or disqualified. And I can cite, Your Honor, for the record, case number 2014 CF 15916, driving while license suspended as a habitual offender. The defendant pled no contest, was convicted of that. 2013 CF 5384, driving while license suspended as a habitual offender. The defendant was convicted of that. As early 2017 CF 12131, driving while habitual offender. The defendant pled no contest to that. And so the issue is, at the time of issuing the bond, understandably, the court would not have had that prior history to consider under that caveat that says that the bond should be set. Specifically, the schedule says the bond must be set by the first appearance judge. And if those prior cases are Orange County case numbers that he was convicted of for felony driving on a suspended license. So the state would ask, given all the factors, the court would consider resetting the bond to an appropriate amount.
And just, we don't know that the prior just didn't have access to that. If it was on the Orange County clerk, he could have looked it up and the police officer would have informed him of that. So we certainly don't know that he didn't have access to that information. And if we listen to the words of all the people that were running for state attorney the other night, they all said they favored non-monetary release. If you listen to, and also included on that was Chief Assistant Deb Barrett currently, who said she favored non-monetary release. So I think that should be taken into account as well.
All right. Well, based on arguments of both parties, and given the criminal history, specifically the driving history of this case, I do believe that there was the bond schedule does require that the bond be set by the first appearance judge. I've had the opportunity to hear from both the state and the defense. I do believe, based on the minimum mandatories that are evident in this case, and the severity of the leaving the scene of the crash with death, and the fact that he has other, I'm going to get to that, but the other bonds that he's out on for driving while license suspended, I am going to set the bond in the leaving the scene of the accident with the crash at $30,000. I think that at that point, $30,000 and $100 is almost the same. There's not going to be a difference if he can make the bond or not. State defense is able to seek a modification from the division judge. The vehicular homicide, the bond schedule does not give a different caveat for that or subsection. So I'm going to leave that bond set at $5,000. Count 3 is going to remain at $500, and count 1 is going to remain at $1,000. However, because he was driving, this is a 2019 case, and he was out on bond in 2020. So this happened after. So I'm not going to take any action on the bonded cases.
Can I just ask the additional conditions? Surrender any passport, no contact with any victims or witnesses, and if Your Honor is inclined, confinement to Orange County without, absent evidence from a judge that he's allowed to leave the county given the severity of the charges.
Okay.
Judge,
Defense?
you're taking no action on both cases?
No action on both cases. They were after that. This case, the new case that we're here for today, the 2019 incident, and these other cases that he's out on bond were 2020 cases.
So to be, sorry.
Mr. Cresci, did you wish to be heard?
Yes, I just want to make sure the jail website had him as number of holds 2, so that's going to go away, correct? Because the court took no action on those.
Yes.
Am I? Okay.
Yes. But no contact with any victims or witnesses in this case. Surrender all weapons and passport. No weapons. Surrender all passport. My scrabble, sorry. Surrender passport, and you are to remain in the Tri-County. I'm going to do Tri-County because Orange, Osceola, Seminole County normally interlap. So he is not to leave the Tri-County area, which is Orange, Osceola, and Seminole County, unless you have permission from the judge.
And how is he to know the victim and the witnesses' information? I mean, we don't have discovery. There's no witness list. How's he supposed to know who these people
How are
are?
we supposed to know? Well, hopefully I'm setting that condition now, and hopefully you'll get discovery soon. But State, do you have a witness list? 2019
Not at
case?
this time, but like Your Honor said, as the discovery process goes, they'll start to receive that information, and that'll still be a condition that remains in place.
If discovery wasn't provided, that'll go to willfulness. Gracias.
So there was only Osceola, Seminole.
And Orange, Osceola, Seminole.
Orange, Osceola, Seminole. Okay. And it's 30,000 on count 1, 5,000 on count 2, 500 on count 3, and 1,000 on count 4.
Yes,
All right.
30,000.
500. Okay.
Oh. Thank you, Mr. Carestis.
Thanks. Just have a great day.
You too.
Okay, now we start with Spanish.
Okay, Spanish.
You gotta go out. You go out that way or?
All right, the first one is going to be Ricardo Joel Garcia Hernandez. All right, we have someone here to speak on your behalf. Ma'am, your name for the record?
Joemi Rios.
You have to speak louder because we have the mask on.
Joemi Rios.
Okay, good. Okay, you can do that, yeah. So, Ms. Rios, you don't need a Spanish interpreter, or do you?
Sí.
Sí, okay, we have one. Perfect. All right, Ms. Rios, do you wish to be heard or you have anything to say to the judge? Is there an interpreter? She needs your help. Is he there?
He's not hearing anything through the headphones.
Oh, okay, we gotta call him. He must have hung up.
No, okay, that's it. Oh, he was calling back too.
There's no sound on the headphones right now.
Good morning, Your Honor. Afternoon, actually. Deputy back on the line.
Good. I'm sorry. You know, it's funny because I saw the phone ringing thing, but I wasn't paying attention to that.
It's fine,
It wasn't
Your Honor.
clicking in that you were not there and you were calling back.
Not a
we
problem,
have
Your Honor.
Miss-
Thank- I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. We're starting the Orange County cases, and we're starting the Spanish case, and we have Ms. Rios here. She is the victim. She also needs the Spanish interpreter in addition to the defendant, okay?
Okay, Your Honor, just a quick question. The defendant is in courtroom 2, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I can just connect to the podium in courtroom 2.
Okay, and this is case number 2020 CF 7612.
Okay, Your Honor, the defendant can hear me in courtroom 2.
Great. All right, Ms. Rios, do you want to say anything to the judge?
Señorita Ríos, ¿desea decirle algo al juzgado?
Referente a lo que sucedió el día de ayer.
In regards to what happened yesterday?
Yes, are you in fear of Mr. Garcia Hernandez?
Sí, ¿siente usted temor del señor García Hernández?
En este momento no.
Not at this moment.
So is that something that varies from moment to moment?
¿Eso es algo que cambia de un momento a otro?
Para mí sí, porque es la primera vez que yo tengo un incidente con esta persona.
For me, it does, because this is the first time I have an incident with this person.
You guys live together?
¿Y viven juntos?
Sí, vivíamos
Yeah.
juntos.
Yes, we did live. We lived together.
Do you want him to come back home?
No.
¿Desea que él regrese a la casa? No.
Okay. All right. So I have had the opportunity to review the arrest affidavit, Mr. Garcia Hernandez. I do find that there's probable cause, and the bonds will be set as follows: Count 1, 2,500. Count 2, 500. Count 3, 100. You are not to return to the residence. You have no contact with the victim. We're appointing the public defender to represent you. Anybody else wish to be heard?
He qualifies for PTR, Your Honor.
Qualifies for PTR. All right, Mr. Garcia Hernandez, you qualify for pretrial release. Do you want pretrial release or do you want to just pay the bond?
Pagar la fianza.
The bonds.
Okay. Good luck. All right. We have. Oh, I didn't. Mr. What's his name? Joel. I think his name was something like that. Is he? I remember it was Joel. Ricardo Joel. Is he still there? Just quickly, did you have any possessions at the residence that you need to pick up?
Señor, ¿tiene usted algunas pertenencias en la casa que necesita recoger?
Ahora mismo no.
Not at the moment.
Okay, good. Good luck.
¿Puedo hacer una pregunta más?
Can I ask a question?
Yes?
En el total completo, ¿cuánto sería el bond?
You have to speak louder.
What will be the total amount then for the bonds?
The amount for the bond, it's 2,500, 500, and 100. So 3,100.
Ok, y de eso solamente pagaría el 10%.
And I would only have to pay the 10% out of that, right?
That's if you work it out with the bondsman. Yep. Yes.
Ok,
Okay.
muchas gracias.
Thank you.
All right. Ramon Miranda. Okay, Mr. Miranda, you're here for aggravated battery with a weapon, domestic violence. Do we have anybody here? Mr. Miranda? No? Okay. State any contact with the victim?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Miranda, I've had the opportunity to review your arrest affidavit. Sir, interpreter, this is an interpreter case. I'm sorry, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, you're interpreting. I just can't hear you, I guess. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, because I'm connected to courtroom 2 through the podium.
Oh, wow. So how do I know when you're done?
I'll let you know.
Okay. All right. So I have had the opportunity to review the arrest affidavit. I do find probable cause, and I'm setting your bond at $3,500.
Thank you.
Oh, wait. You're not done. No. You also have no contact with the victim and no return to the scene. Do you have any personal items at the residence?
No.
No.
Okay. Good luck to you. Public defenders appointed to represent you.
Your Honor, if the interpreter may get the case number for Mr. Miranda.
Oh, so sorry. All right, 2020 CF 7604.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Guillermo José Rodríguez Rivera. They're sanitizing.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Mr. Guillermo José Rodríguez Rivera, can you hear me? We have an interpreter for you, okay?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, this is case number CF 2020 760880. I have had the opportunity to review the arrest affidavit. I do find that there's probable cause for domestic violence, battery, and criminal mischief. State, have we had any contact with the victim?
No, Your Honor, not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Mr. Rodriguez Rivera, did you reside at this residence?
No.
No.
All right, so I'm gonna set the bond in this case at 1,000 and the criminal mischief at 1,000. No return to the residence and no contact with the victim. Good luck to you. Public defenders appointed. Oh, pre-trial. Pre-trial, have you had any contact with the victim?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. This next on the PBL? Of course.
Just, yes.
All right, we have Carlos Maciel, the arrest affidavit, and this is case 2020 CF 761980.
¿Cómo?
I'm sorry?
That's just the case number I was reading out, okay? I've had the opportunity to read the arrest affidavit. I do find that there's probable cause. This is a punishable by life offense. I find that the proof is evident, presumption is great, and so the bond will remain at 0. You can see your division judge. Public defenders appointed to represent you.
Pero mira, disculpe, yo quiero saber por qué estoy aquí.
I'm sorry, but I would like to know why I'm here.
Well, I'm appointing the public defender to represent you, and they can explain everything to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Good luck. Hope Sanchez. This is CF 2020 760680. Aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. I have had the opportunity to review the arrest affidavit. I do find that there's probable cause. The bond is going to be $3,500. You're not to return to the scene and not have contact with any witnesses. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you as well. I said that. Anything from state or defense?
Gerard, you said no weapons. This one did include a weapon.
And no weapons, no possession of any weapons. Good luck to you, sir. All right. So I have it says a move up. Kareem.
Your Honor, we have one more
Ali-
Spanish.
Oh,
His
so that's
last name
it.
is Torres.
Spanish and-
We have one more.
We have one more.
And he's in the span, he's in the felonies, so his last name is Torres.
It should be in order. It should be in order. I put it there.
I don't have a Torres. Oh, yeah, the FTA.
There it is. Okay, last Spanish interpreter case is 2020 CF 210580, and that is Roberto Moreno Torres. And this is for failure to appear. The bond is set at 0. And for carrying a concealed firearm and driver license suspended. Therefore, I'm not going to take any action. You'll go and request a bond in front of your division judge. Appoint him as a public defender to represent you. That's it? Okay, good. No more Spanish, sir, interpreter.
Not a problem, Your Honor. Enjoy the rest of your weekends.
All right, maybe hear you tomorrow.
It will be someone else tomorrow, Your Honor.
Okay, well, you have a great weekend then.
You as well.
All right, now Kareem Alamar Lauren Richardson. That's a lot of names.
He refused, Your Honor.
Refusal. Okay. We set for tomorrow or Monday? Do it for Monday. All right, so this Devin Scott Johnson.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Judge.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
You are here today. Oh, where are we? For loitering and prowling. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. I do find that there's probable cause. Let's see something here. Does he qualify for pretrial release?
Oh, Your Honor.
No?
He wasn't interviewed. His acres is still not clear.
He what?
He was not interviewed, and his fingerprints have not been cleared.
Okay. All right. Well, just looking at your out-of-state cases. All right. Does the state or defense wish to be heard on this case?
Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
All right. I'll set the bond at $1,500. Public defender is appointed to represent you. Good luck.
Your Honor, he has a first appearance detainer.
Oh, you want to sit to
Where was this? Something here before? I don't see nothing. Oh, it's $250. All right. We'll leave it. Is that it?
Judge,
We'll leave it as previously filed at $250.
Judge, may I ask you a question?
He's out on bond
Yes,
for
Your
burglary of a conveyance.
Yes.
I'm not going to take any action on those.
Okay.
Good luck. Public defender is appointed to represent you.
When will I be
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry, Judge. I'm not from Florida. I'm from Kentucky, and I didn't really understand much. Like, I was only like in the parking lot, and I was just like lost walking through, and they called and said I was loitering. So like they thought
Okay.
I was like I could and the charges I'm out on.
Don't talk about the Fast Food case, sir.
I'm not out on bond. They released me on the 33.
I'm not taking any action on your bonds. I'm just giving you a new bond for the new case of $250, okay? Good luck.
All right, I was wondering when I'm gonna see you again.
All right, Dustin Watson.
Hello.
Sorry, I might have skipped somebody. Let's see. Is Mark Dial there?
Mark Dallas Mental Health.
Mental health. Okay. All right. Monday? Dustin Watson.
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Okay. You're here today for domestic violence battery. It doesn't look like we have anybody here. The victim is not here. Pretrial release. Have you heard it from the victim?
I managed to contact them before the, how do you say, restraining order was activated. If it is, I'm not sure. However, she didn't answer me later on after I.
Oh, hold on.
But,
not you. I wasn't asking you. I was asking pretrial release. Okay.
Your Honor,
I
no victim
apologize.
contact information was provided.
Okay.
Yes, I do have it. Sorry.
All right. You are not supposed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand that?
Fully, yes.
Okay.
I look forward
All right,
to
so-
actually moving out.
All right. So do you have, now that you said that, do you have personal property in that residence?
Yes, ma'am. I believe the procedure is to contact local law enforcement and wait for their arrival and then permission to acquire my things.
Okay. All right. So I find probable cause for domestic violence battery. I'm gonna set the bond at 500. I'm gonna allow no contact with the victim, and I'm gonna allow a one-time pickup order to pick up with law enforcement to get your personal affairs property. Good luck.
May I have a question?
Public defenders appointed.
You want to maintain separate resident or no return to the scene?
No return. Yeah. No return. Good luck.
So, no probation or anything, or like?
You're not resolving this case right now, so probation. That's when you resolve the case.
Understood. Thank you.
All right, Christopher Buchanan.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You're here today. You have a few cases. Grand theft, third degree. I did read the arrest affidavit. I do find that there's probable cause, and the bond will be $2,000.
I didn't know that
Public defenders appointed to represent you. I'm sorry.
I didn't know that the car was stolen because the guy he had.
Don't talk about the facts, sir. Don't talk about the facts of your case at this time, please.
You can discuss that with your attorney, okay? And then you also have a traffic ticket for expired driver's license, more than 6 months, driving in a stolen vehicle. And I'm setting the bond at $100 in that matter.
What it is?
$100 for that case. Public defender is appointed to represent you on both, and good luck to you, sir.
So when the car go to court? I mean, can I get probation or something?
Talk to your attorney. All right, Steven Gonzalez.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Gonzalez. I have several cases here for you. I did have the opportunity to review the burglary of a dwelling and petty theft. You came in on a warrant for that, so probable cause determination was already made. The bond is $10,000 for count 1 and $5,000 for count 2. That will remain as such. However, you are being rearrested for same offenses, so I'm revoking your bond on 2020 CF 6663AO. You can see your division judge for new bond on that case. Public defenders appointed on the new case.
Out of county too.
Oh, you have out of county too?
See right up underneath that? Yeah.
Yes. And you're going to see the division judge for the out of county case as well. Good luck to you, sir.
Okay.
All right, Tyrone Johnson?
Yes,
Is that
ma'am.
you, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so there was already a warrant signed on in your matter by another judge. You're out. You failed to appear. But they did set your bonds at $5,000 for count 1 and $2,500 for count 2.
I failed to appear.
It's not an FTA, you know.
I see.
I think it's a warrant.
I saw a failed to appear here somewhere. The capias.
Yes, a case. This is the proper cause of it.
Oh, okay. All right, so it's a capias. Your bond's already set $5,000 and $2,500. Good luck.
What's the charge?
Petty theft, 2 prior convictions, and resisting merchandise recovery. You get the paperwork. Public defender is appointed to represent you.
Thank you, ma'am.
He got 4 cases, Your Honor.
4 cases. Mr. Watson, come back.
It's an add-on. We only
It's an
got
add-on?
one
Okay.
add-on, so
All right.
we already wait on the other.
Okay.
So we good. Public Watson, we good.
Oh, I'm missing for key. There's not a little paper here for key. What that is. Toya, key.
She's behavior.
Behavior. Okay. Reset. Oh, that's where I put it. Okay, sorry.
So
All right.
we reset
Keys behavior. Reset for Monday. Monday. Walter Gandy.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Gandy?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So you're here today for violation of probation. You're not entitled to a bond on that case. You have to see your division judge. Anything from state or defense?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
All right. Public defender is appointed to represent you. Good luck, Mr. Gandy. Jeremy Reyes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. I had the opportunity. Is there anybody here on behalf of Mr. Reyes? No. All right, I had the opportunity to review your arrest affidavit. It shows here that you're battery by strangulation, domestic violence. I do find that there's probable cause. Setting your bond at $3,500. No return to the scene. No contact with the witness or victim. Do you have any of your personal property at the residence?
A few things, but I could do without.
You can do without. You don't want a one-time return to get them?
If I can get that option, that would be awesome.
Okay, so a one-time return with law enforcement to get your personal property, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Public defender appointed. Orlando Rodriguez Otero.
Sí.
Okay. And you said C. Do you understand
Yes, sir.
English? I understand Spanish, but I want to make sure you understand English.
Yes, I understand English.
Okay, perfect. Good. So I did review your arrest affidavit, and you have battery on a person 65 years or older and assault.
That's right.
Oh, what? We have a victim. Okay, good. Ma'am, your name for the record?
Elba Otero.
Okay. And we have Miss, I know you probably can't see him, but he's here, Orlando Rodriguez Otero. Are you in fear for your safety with him?
No, I don't fear safety.
Do you want him to return back to the residence? Do you want him to return back to the residence?
Yes, I do.
Okay. See. Where do I go with it? I don't have one for him. Jared Reyes. This is Guillermo Jose Rivera. Rodriguez Otero. Okay. Does he qualify for pretrial release?
His fingerprints wasn't cleared when they did the screening.
So he does qualify?
He would qualify. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and release him on pretrial release for both counts. You're going to return back to your residence if you wish, but you have to have no hostile contact with your mother. Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand that.
Okay, good. No hostile contact. Public defenders appointed to represent you. Good luck. Mr. Basant?
Yes, good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay. So there's nobody here from the other side. And you do qualify for pretrial release. So I'll order pretrial release in this case. I find probable cause. No contact with the victim. No return to the residence. One-time pickup of your personal items, okay?
Okay.
Good luck. Public defender's appointed. James Guriel.
Yes.
We have somebody here for you. Ma'am, your name?
Ismaili Figaro.
Oh, you have to speak into the microphone.
Ismaili Figaro.
Okay. Now, we're here for a case against Mr. James Guriel, and it is battery. Are you in fear of Mr. Guriel?
No.
Do you guys live together?
Yes.
Do you want him to return to the residence?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's see. He does not qualify for pretrial release, so we'll set the bond at $500. You are allowed to return to the residence. I'm going to allow that, but there's going to be no hostile contact. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Public defender is appointed to represent you. Miguel Josue Quintana.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Quintana?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You're here today for domestic violence battery. Is there anybody here for Mr. Quintana? No. Oh, you also have an out-of-county warrant. Does he still have an out-of-county hold?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So, no PTR. All right, so we'll set your bond. I found that there's probable cause in this case. I'm going to set this bond for $500. You are to have no contact with the victim, no return to the residence. Do you have any personal affairs at that residence?
I have my clothes, but I can have my mother pick it up for me.
You can go as well. Do you want a one-time pickup with law enforcement?
No, Your Honor, I do not.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll allow a one-time pickup for third party. For your mother, what's your mother's name?
Madeline Quintana.
Madeline Quintana. Can return with law enforcement to get the personal property of Miguel Quintana. Okay. So no contact, no return to the scene for you. I'm pointing to defender. Good luck.
Thank you.
Marcus Thomas.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. You're here today for battery, dating violence. There's nobody here on your behalf. It looks like you are high risk here according to pretrial release. So you do not qualify for pretrial release. And we'll set your bond at $500. No return to the scene. No contact with the victim. Do you have any personal effects at that residence?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
I know I look like a guy with this mask thing on. One-time return with law enforcement to pick up your personal effects. Okay, good luck to you. All right. To Juan Turner.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Turner, you're here today for domestic dating violence battery. I had the opportunity to review the arrest affidavit. I do find that there's probable cause. Your bond is going to be set at $500. No contact with the victim. No return to the scene. And do you have your personal effects at this residence?
Ma'am.
Is that a yes or no?
Ma'am.
Do you have your personal property at this scene? At this residence?
A couple, like 2 phones, but they didn't get my real phones that I really use.
Do you want a one-time return to get your stuff? I don't know if they're going to give you the cell phones.
Yes. In like a little bit area, yeah.
All right, so one-time return with law enforcement to pick up your personal effects. Law enforcement can't make them give you the cell phone, so if she give it to you, she give it to you. But if not, you have to handle that civilly, okay?
Your Honor, he has 2 open cases.
Oh, yes. Yes. I do see that you're out on bond. They're not... Was this battery, was this the same victim?
No.
No? Okay. I won't take any action on the bonds then.
On both cases.
On both cases. Good luck. Public defender is appointed to represent you. All right. Wheatson Boss.
His behavior.
All right. Michael Bridges.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Bridges, you're here today for 3 counts of attempted second-degree murder with a firearm. State, is this a...
Yes, Your
video?
Honor. Sponsored
Okay.
by law.
All right. I do find that I did read the arrest warrant. There was a probable cause determination previously made. Your bond is going to remain at 0 because proof is evident, presumption is great, and you can have a bond request through your division judge. As for your case that you're in on for resisting officer without violence, since you're going to be in jail until you get a bond on this case, I'm going to go ahead and revoke the bond. Good luck. Public defender is appointed to represent you. Johnny Brooks. All right, Mr. Brooks, you're here today for petty theft, 2 prior convictions. I did have the opportunity to review your arrest affidavit. I did find this probable cause. The bond is set at 1,000. My question, yes, the petty theft that he's out on bond, was also food? Is that food also? State, do you know?
If I can have just 1 second, Your Honor. And that one, it just says he selected merchandise. If I can have just a moment, I can read the affidavit.
Normally, just so you know what I'm looking at, Mr. Brooks, if you're out on bond and you violate with a new offense, it's similar to your old offense. I revoke your bond. You know, when you take a bond and you get out, you're promising to be good. If it's the same type of offense, then I feel like you're not being good. So that's what I'm checking on.
This prior under case number 19 CF 8354. Select several types of jewelry from the sales floor, proceeded to the men's department, concealed the packages. He proceeded to the health and beauty department where he selected more items, concealed them. He then proceeded to the front of the store and exit. That's on the prior case.
Okay. All right, I'm revoking the bond on the prior case. The one for today was food, so if it was food before, it was kind of, I would have more sympathy, but there's no. But being the facts that were alleged, I'm going to revoke your bond on 2019 CF 8354AO. You see your division judge. Good luck to you. Public defender's appointed. All right. Calvin Delva.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
How you doing today?
Doing fine.
Great. You're here today for possession of cannabis with intent to sell and deliver, possession of cannabis, possession of drug paraphernalia, and resisting officer without violence. I did review your arrest affidavit. I do find that there's probable cause for all the charges. I'm going to leave the bonds as they were written in the affidavit, which is 1,000 for count 1, 100 for count 2, 3, and 4, each at 100. Now, my problem. You were already out on bond for a drug offense and tampering. So I'm going to revoke the bonds on your prior cases, which is 2020 CF 5122AO and 2020 CF 5125AO. Public defenders appointed to represent you, and good luck. All right, Robert DeMello. How are you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. All right, you're here today. You were picked up on a warrant. That warrant made a finding of probable cause and set the bond at $5,000. So your bond is $5,000. Public defender is appointed to represent you. Good luck. That's it. Rochelle Flowers.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Ms. Flowers. You're here today for arrest affidavit that indicates you have possession of cocaine and drug paraphernalia. I had the opportunity to review the arrest affidavit, and I do find that there's probable cause. So I'm going to set the bonds as follows, as written in the arrest affidavit: $1,000 for count 1 and $100 for count 2.
Your
How would
Honor,
the
she qualifies for PTR.
PTR? Okay. Do you wish to play the bonds or be released on PTR?
What's PTR? O-R? Okay, say it again.
It's a non-monetary bond.
Yeah, if I could get out without paying bond, yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am, I'm sorry.
But you have to maintain contact with pretrial release. Are you going to be able to do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Definitely.
okay. All right.
Do you want to set any conditions, Your Honor?
Oh, let's see. Yes. We'll have PTR. You're going to get PTR. You are to not possess or consume any drugs. That'll be a violation of your pretrial release. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And you will have random urinalysis.
Who?
All right. Good luck to you. Public defender is appointed to represent you.
I have no problem. So what do I do now?
And so we have Leroy Hardy.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. This is a failure to appear. 2 counts of failure to appear. So I'm going to let the division judge set your bond since you failed to appear before your division judge. Good luck to you.
Judge, can I say something?
Yes, you can.
How is it 2 counts of failure to appear? Because I have an anxiety, and I had sent my documents, but they said that it was too late because I couldn't move at all or anything on Friday, and I also turned myself in and everything, and like I still having the anxiety, and I was going through withdrawals, and it's still kind of hurting me. So, but I had came in to turn myself in just to see if I could get a bond and get back on the road with everything. I was asking to see if you can give me a bond for that, please, ma'am, because I also have 2 kids that I want to get back out there and do for, and also get this case and everything out and settled with.
Did you have the public defender previously?
Yes, I even called my public defender, ma'am, and I called them too numerous of times, and no one. I even left messages, and no one got back with me.
Okay.
And I even told them that I had the anxiety, and I tried to file an emotion, and I have 2 kids. I just had a newborn, and I have a daughter, and.
All right, hold on. So, PTR, do you know if he turned himself in? Was he walking?
Yes, ma'am, he did.
All right. All right, so based on your conduct, turning yourself in, I'm going to go ahead and place bonds on your cases. It's going to be $1,500 for count 1.
Yes, ma'am.
And $100 for count 2.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, make sure you report and talk to your public defender.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right, Lawrence Lockhart.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good afternoon.
How you doing?
You're here today for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill. I have reviewed your arrest affidavit. Is to be set. Probable cause is already determined, but the bond is to be set. Initial appearance date. Do you wish to be heard?
Your Honor.
Okay. Defense.
Leave it in your discretion, Your Honor.
All right, I'm gonna set the bond for $3,500, and I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. Okay? Good luck.
Thank you.
condition on there, no contact with the victim.
Oh, yes.
And no weapon or firearm.
All right, let's see.
Ask him, can we bring it back?
Mr. Lockhart,
Hold on, man. Hold on, young. Lockhart.
where did you see that? Okay. I'm so sorry. I just want to put on the record that your original warrant includes the bond, no contact with victim, and no possession of weapons or firearms, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have any personal effects at that residence?
No, ma'am. I don't even know where this warrant came from. I was trying to figure out if I can get the paperwork for this warrant because.
All right.
Yeah, I really
We'll
don't
talk
know.
to an attorney. I'm pointing a public defender to represent you, but you could also hire a private attorney if you wish, okay? Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You showed it to the people? That wasn't on here. No, I said that. Possession of no possession of weapons. All right. Elvis Mabutha.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you doing today?
Doing quite fine, ma'am.
Great. All right. I've had the opportunity to review your arrest affidavit. I do find that there's probable cause, and your bond will be set as follows. Count 1, $1,000. Count 2, $100. And the only problem I have is that you were already out on bond for drug offenses. I'm revoking that bond. Good luck.
I did not hear what you just said at the end. There, I was
Oh,
out
You
on.
were out on bond for drug offenses already, and then you were rearrested for new drug offenses. So I'm
out-
granting the bond on your new cases, and I'm revoking the bond on your old cases.
I was out on ROR, ma'am.
It's revoked.
Yes.
Revoking your ROR.
Oh, just excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Hold on, sir.
Quickly.
I called the clerk of court about the ROR, and they never told me about no court case or anything. I've been calling them.
Okay, well, that doesn't have anything to do with today. I'm revoking your ROR. So you're going to be staying in jail until you see the judge again. Good luck. Robert Miller.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're here today for possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. I reviewed your arrest affidavit. I do find that there's probable cause. Your bond will be set as follows. Count 1, $1,000, and count 2, $500. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Public defender is appointed to represent you. All right. We have Mr. Noel.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You are here today for possession of cannabis. I did have the opportunity to review your arrest affidavit.
Judge, I believe we're ROR and essentially on cannabis because our office, for the most part, isn't charging them
Okay. All right. So you'll be ROR'd.
or non-monetary conditions, whatever those are that he qualifies for.
All right. We'll just ROR him. Good luck to you, sir. Public defender is appointed.
Thank you, ma'am.
Did you make a PC finding on that one?
Yes.
Okay.
Probable cause is found. PC and ROR. Yep. All right. We have Mr. Miles. How are you doing today, Mr. Pendant? Mr. Miles Pendant.
Good, how are you?
Very well, thank you. I just saw yours. Here it is. Okay. Not interviewed. All right. This case is a punishable by life charge. You have robbery with firearm, 2 counts. I did review the arrest affidavit. I do find there was a warrant already pretty out. Presumption is proof is evident. Presumption is great. You're gonna have no bond at this time. Will be set by your division judge if you ask for a bond. Public defender is appointed to represent you. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And no contact with the victim or witnesses in this case. Good luck to you. Harold Rasbit.
He refused to attend.
Okay, refuse. Set for Monday. All right. Mr. Rashawn Spidell.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have a lot of cases.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We're gonna have to go through this one by one. Probably why I started late today. All right, here we go. For your CF 2020 75860, I did have the opportunity to review the arrest affidavit. I did find that there was probable cause in the arrest affidavit. Uh-oh, time out. We have an emergency.
Yes, ma'am.
Stay right there. Judge Laurent? Yes? Ooh, I'm at the jail right now, so it's exigent, like stop the jail stuff and do that one, or can I finish the jail stuff? Probably not. Which one? You know? Okay. Ooh. Yeah. Yes. Okay. All right. Let me finish this one guy, and I'll get right on it. Thank you so much. All right. Bye. All right. I'm gonna finish your case, and then we're gonna take a little break because I have an emergency warrant.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Here we go. So I was on CF 2020 75860. I did find probable cause, and we're setting the bond as follows. Count 1, 10,000. Count 2, 1,000. And count 3, 100. Now, as previously, probable cause was found by Judge Shoemaker. Okay. No return to the scene. No possession of burglary tools.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the next case, CF 2020. Public defender is appointed for all of these cases, okay? You're free to hire a private attorney if you wish, but
Yes,
I'm just appointing them for all. 2020 CF 75870. Burglary with structure, petty theft, and criminal mischief. Probable cause was previously found by Judge Shoemaker. He set your bonds as follows. Count 1, $10,000. Count 2, $1,000. And count 3, $100. No return to the scene. No contact with any witnesses.
You won't do no return on?
No return.
contact on victim?
Yes. Okay. All right. CF 2020 75880. And probable cause was previously found by Judge Shoemaker again, and the bonds were set as follows. Count 1, 10,000. Count 2, 1,000. Count 3, 100. No return to the scene and no contact with any of the witnesses or victims. Yes, sir. Whew. Case number 2020 CF 75890. Probable cause was previously found by Judge Shoemaker. Bond is set at 10,000 for count 1, 1,000 for count 2, and 100 for count 3. Again, no return to the scene, no contact with any witnesses or victims, no possession of burglary tools. That's for all of your cases, okay?
Yes,
Same
ma'am.
conditions.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're almost done, I think. All right, 2020 CF 7590. Probable cause was previously found by Judge Shoemaker. The bond is set at 5,000 for count 1 and 100 for count 2. Same conditions. CF 2020 7591. Probable cause was previously found by Judge Shoemaker. Bond is set at 10,000 for count 1 and 100 for count 2. All same conditions as earlier. No return to the scene, no contact with any victim or witnesses, and no possession of burglary tools. And winding down, 2000 CF 2020 7592. Probable cause was previously found by Judge Shoemaker. Bond is set at 10,000 for count 1 and 100 for count 2. No possession of burglary tools, no return to the scene, and no contact with any victim or witnesses. And the last one, CF 2020 75930. And that one, probable cause was previously found by Judge Shoemaker. Count 1 is 10,000, count 2 is 1,000, and count 3 is 100. Good luck to you, sir. How defenders appointed. Again, the same conditions, no possession of burglary tools, no return to the scene, no contact with the witnesses. Good luck, sir. All right, let's take a little 5-minute break. I'm staying here, so let's stretch. Yeah.
What's that? On the, but that one was fighting with somebody though, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if technically they qualify as a victim or not.
I don't know either, man.
You know what I mean? But the one was like a business establishment. He was just being rowdy. But let me see. There's one, right? With a firearm? Yeah. Yeah, you had on firearm.
Yeah.
What does this do?
Yeah, that was the girls, right?
Yeah, you remember the name?
It was Bridget. I don't.
You said who? Bridges?
Yeah, it was 3 counts.
Who's that?
I was looking at it.
Oh. She said.
I didn't think
I don't know
that
that.
would
I
be
don't know that either,
And said
Yeah,
no people
firearm.
in hands.
You had a firearm?
Yeah.
In terms like, robbery.
Yeah.
Had the firearm, but
Hold on, let me go back. Are those guys doing?
Okay, yeah, go.
How your house coming along?
I ain't do anything.
That's okay. You bought a dog. Oh, what kind of dog?
A Great Dane.
What? You bought a person.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I don't want no pets. Got a alarm?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't need no dog. I wanted one. What you gonna do when he get real big? I gotta take care of that. You gonna take care of it. I mean, I already thought my daughter grown. You had pets when you were growing up? Mm-hmm. Well, I did too. That's why I said when I like in my own house, I want no pets.
My big dog. My baby. I named him Mbaki. After they got him.
right, that's done. What happened? Oh yeah, I probably went to the bathroom too. Oh, okay. No.
I think you're
All right.
right. So I think you're right, so we'll readjust it. I checked our system and I checked the bond schedule. Yeah, I think
All
it's just
right,
an
we're
F1,
back.
that's just the.
You ready, Your Honor?
Everybody here. Sounds good. So the next one was David Taylor.
We can do that then. So I was like,
I don't think it's- Judge, there was a case we addressed earlier. I believe it was Mr. Michael Bridges. The charges were attempted second-degree murder with a firearm. I thought the firearm would have elevated it to the punishable by life. But in looking at the bond schedule and looking at our case management, I believe the offense remains a F1, but the firearm makes it enhanceable with the special findings. So I think technically he would be entitled to a bond on those 3 counts.
Okay.
that's why I was.
Just double checking. Good. All
Yeah.
right. Perfect. Well, we'll call him next. Okay.
He's gone.
Well,
He's
I
gone?
no, he went back downstairs. Yeah, because I
What's his name?
Michael
Bridges.
Bridges. Because I was confused about it too, so I had to go back and get him to sign the shutdown list. But we just trying.
Fine.
Do we need to call it back?
Yes.
He was
No,
just.
we'll do this with it. We're looking for something. So this is Mr. Taylor, correct?
Yes.
All right. So while we're working on that, you're here for aggravated assault. I did find the probable cause for the aggravated assault, and the bond is going to be $2,500. No return to the scene, no contact with the victim or witnesses, and no possession of any ammunition or BB guns or firearms. He qualifies for PTR? I'm sorry? Oh, you don't have any forehead. Okay, so we'll go ahead and order pretrial release then at this time. But still, same conditions, yes. PTR with the same conditions. No contact with any victim or witnesses, no possession of any BB guns, any ammunition, or any firearms. Good luck to you.
Okay.
All right. Is this Mr. Bridges or no? This is Mr. Taylor?
Yes, ma'am. Jerome Taylor.
All right. So, Mr. Taylor, you're here for failure to appear. So I'm not going to take any action on your bond. You'll have to have that set by the division judge. Public defender is appointed to represent you. Good luck.
Your Honor, we have Mr. Bridges.
Okay, Mr. Bridges. All right. So your case is not a punishable by life matter. Does the state wish to be heard on the bond amount?
I do, Your Honor. And I just want to point out, based off the DOC website and my verification through our case management system, I believe he is on felony probation currently. In 2019, CF 1674. In 2018, CF 2483. He does have prior DOC history. He has prior firearm, carrying concealed firearm offense. 8 prior FTAs. Last FTA known was February of this year. Given the nature of the offense, the fact that firearm was used, the state would ask the court to impose a substantial bond to ensure his return and ensure the protection of the community. And on top of that, the state would ask that the court do an on-view violation for his 2 out of prior felony probation cases that he was currently on probation for.
I don't even know what probation kind of is. We don't. Oh.
I know.
No, okay. I'm gonna let the probation officer take care of that because the clerk does not have those cases. But I will set the bond at $50,000 for each count. No possession of any firearms. But I will say, Mr. Bridges, as part of your bond on all 3 cases, you are to report to probation within 24 hours. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you're probably going to be rearrested once you report to probation, and you'll have to deal with that at that time. But if you do not report to probation, it's going to be worse for you because then these bonds will be revoked as well. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, Judge, I'm confused. Is he doing his own VOPs?
No. You didn't have it. You didn't have the people.
Right, I mean, so you want me to write on here to report to probation?
Yeah, because the state will have the case numbers. State, you have the case numbers for the other cases?
Yes, Your Honor. 2019 CF 1674 and 2018 CF 2483.
All right, so he has 24 hours from the time of your 24 hours from the time of your release to report to probation on those case numbers. They'll be on your paperwork, okay? You already know what they are.
And Your Honor, no contact.
No contact with the victim, no possession of firearms or ammunition, and you are not to leave the Tri-County area, Orange, Osceola, Seminole.
Yes, ma'am. I'm a little.
Eh.
Sorry.
Wait, one more thing. Because I am granting a bond, I'll take no action on the prior case, the misdemeanor, resisting officer without violence. That way you can resolve all your cases. So
Yes, ma'am.
I'll take no action. So you're still going to be out on bond on that resisting officer without violence.
Yes, ma'am.
Madam Clerk?
Okay, report. You said 24 hours?
Yes.
24 hours.
To probation. On case
I got these pieces. Okay, you said don't leave the Tri-County?
Yes. You must remain in the Tri-County area. Orange, Osceola, Seminole. Make sure you write that. Okay. All right. Good luck, Mr. Bridges.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Is there how many counts did I have the bond on? I'm sorry. I did.
Three. $50,000 each. Okay. Good luck. All right, Tanisha Thomas. All right, Ms. Thomas, you are here today for criminal mischief and petty theft. I did have the opportunity to review your package here. It looks like the prior judge, Mr. Duckworth, Judge Duckworth, did find probable cause. He set your bonds at $1,500 for count 1 and $100 for count 2. Also, no contact. Where did it go? No contact. No contact. No victim contact. Yes, and you have previous charges for prostitution, and so I'm not going to take any action on those bonds. Good luck. Mr. Whitlock, how are you doing today?
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
Very well, thank you. All right, so you have various charges here. Let me just go. You do not qualify for pretrial release. And I did review the arrest affidavit. I do find there's probable cause for possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. just $1,000 and $500. And the arrest affidavit on the trafficking was pretty weak. There wasn't much information on there
Yeah.
at all. I had to do the math myself.
Thank you.
Was there a probable cause challenge? Or just going by weight? That's why. State.
Whatever 11 ounces adds up to.
It does. I did the math. It's 11 ounces in grams is 311.845. I mean, so it does count as trafficking in and of itself. So with that, I'll go ahead and find probable cause. I do find that is that the standard bond schedule of $100,000?
It is, Your Honor, but I think typically they usually reduce that at IAs.
Okay. All right. So we'll go ahead and reduce that to $10,000. Public defender is appointed to represent you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Candy Rodriguez.
She's in the hospital.
Okay. That'll be reset for Monday. And this Matthew Valio?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You're here today for failure to appear. Your judge set the bond at $500, okay? Public defender is appointed to represent you. Good luck. All right. Frank Cristanti.
He bonded.
All right, bonded. Eric Cruz.
Yeah, that's me. That's me right there.
All right, Mr. Cruz, you're here today for petty theft. I did find that there's probable cause. The bond is set at $250. I'm not going to take any action on your case that you're out on bond on, the trespassing. No action. Public defender is appointed to represent you. Good luck.
Okay, so I have nothing else like to say to
You can bond out $250.
All right, well,
All right. Julian Delgado.
He bonded.
Bonded. Trenton Ferguson.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you Mr. Ferguson?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Oops. You do not qualify for pre-travel lease. What is this first appearance detainer? You got on bond? Okay. I did find probable cause in your arrest affidavit for possession of drug paraphernalia and petty theft. Your bonds are set at $500 for count 1 and $100 for count 2. Public defenders appointed to represent you. Well, it's possession of drug paraphernalia. I'll ROR him on drug paraphernalia. What was this? Was it something? No action on the previous bond. I'm sorry. I'll do ROR for. It's $2. We'll ROR them on both cases. Good luck. Public defenders appointed to represent you. All right, let's see. Angel Roach.
yes.
All right, you're here today for disorderly conduct. I had the opportunity to review your police report, arrest affidavit. I do find that there's probable cause. Your bond is set at $500. You're not to return to the scene. No contact with any witnesses or victims. Public defender is appointed to represent you. Good luck. Almost done, almost done. This is Mr. Russell Sperling.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're here today. False information to law enforcement officer during investigation and loitering and prowling. I did review your police report, arrest affidavit. I do find probable cause for both charges. Count 1 will be $500 and count 2 is $100. All right, so is this a prior?
All right, he got two. This is,
I have count 1 and count 2 on the arrest affidavit.
what's his name?
Russell Spurlin.
Yes, ma'am.
One count.
Oh, that was referenced to me, sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Cause I only see one. I'm sorry. No.
You're fine.
I'm going to came off his fine, but it's taking this up.
What happened?
He has 2 cases.
You got two cases?
He has 2 cases.
I only have one.
So she said for the CF 7252, but he also has a misdemeanor.
What's the C? What's the
No, she said the misdemeanor one.
He said the misdemeanor.
Yeah, the felonies.
Okay, and then the case CF 7252, the possession of meth and possession of drug paraphernalia.
CF what?
CF 007252.
I don't have that one.
That's the one you got in your hand now?
What I have in my hand right now is case number MM 2020-1478, and it's false information to a law enforcement officer and loitering and prowling.
Right. The felony, he was I-8 on the 12th on that one. Let me look at the misdemeanor, because the misdemeanor only show one count on my order. Let me see what happened.
Okay,
He was, the buzz, let me see. He bonded out a jail on that case, and what they did, an endorsement? You have this endorsed on top. This endorsement 2 count?
No. Not an endorsement, it's a PC or
Hold on a minute. You got a crazy case.
Would I be able to provide some clarification for you?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
Don't talk about the facts of your case.
Okay, the one that you're in reference to with the MM, the misdemeanor, the failure to provide law enforcement officers with identification and loitering and prowling, I did bond out on that charge. It was, I believe it was like, $200 or something like that. And then just recently on the 12th of this month, I was rearrested. I was sitting in my vehicle, and law enforcement then came and approached me, and I got reincarcerated. So they are 2 totally different cases. And the first one is, I believe, the one that I am here on, which is the misdemeanor. And I am incarcerated currently now on the 2nd case of the felony.
But none of them are. Oh, so the felony's a new case. I don't have the paperwork.
Right. Yeah, that's in the proceedings, and that's looking to be taken care of with a. I do have a bond on that one, and I'm looking to get out. I wanted to take care of this first before I went ahead and paid my bond. So I've been waiting and waiting, patient and diligently to, deal with what I'm dealing with right now.
Okay, on the felony case, Judge, he was already I-8 on that one on the 12th.
Correct.
So the bondsman, because he got arrested on a new charge on the 12th, the bondsman came off this misdemeanor. So this misdemeanor case, he never was I-8, so that's why they bring him back. So we just going to I-8 and tell him to give him his bond to stay again.
Okay.
He can rebond on this.
All right, so. All right.
Sorry, Judge.
All right, so just what she said. Gonna go ahead and stay the bond on this one. You can rebond out on this case, right?
Yes, because the bondsman came off it.
Because the bondman came off the bond. Because you got rearrested. So you have to be, and that's gonna be what, 250?
Got 500.
500 and 100. All right, so find a new bondsman or tell your bondsman to get back on the bond.
Okay.
Good luck.
I was told that it was a pleable offense today. Is that possible
Is it a pleable offense today?
for the misdemeanor?
Probably not, since he has the subsequent drug-related case, Your Honor.
They said not today. Okay, good luck.
Okay, thank you.
We'll probably do our diversion program.
You're fine.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Is this Mr. Burgos? Daniel?
Yes, Your Honor. Thanks for hearing my case today.
All right, I'm doing good. You're here. Unfortunately, you have out-of-county warrant, so there's nothing that I'm going to be able to do for you. And we'll have to see if your county, which is Okeechobee.
All right.
Let's see if Okeechobee wants to come and get you. What they're going to do? Okay. So good luck to you. Oh, there's no public defender appointed. Yeah,
We're appointing.
we appoint public defender.
And they will contact the other county, see what we want.
All right, good luck. Public defender's appointed to represent you.
Thanks, Your Honor.
All right, Jermaine Mickens.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you also have an out-of-county warrant. Appoint public defender to represent you to see if what they can do for you. Okay, good luck.
Yes, ma'am.
Kyle Scott.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good. You're here today also for a out-of-county warrant, uttering forged bills. We'll go ahead and appoint public defender to represent you. And good luck. What is he?
Oh, that's a, specialty.
Specialty.
Yeah,
Francis Sarah.
Medical, Your Honor.
Medical. Oh, not special.
here it is, right here, Judge,
She's medical.
I know, this is what the other county had, let's support her if you want to waive her appearance and just give her paperwork. It's up to you or you want to reset it for Monday.
Oh no, we can wait for appearance.
So we just have to put it on.
All right, so for her, Miss Francis Sarah, there's been contact from Lake County. Lake County said for Judge Nemeth, Nimeth, defendant is ROR. She's report to Lake County probation within 72 hours of her release. Check in with probation weekly. Mandatory court appearance on July 21st, 2020 at 1:30 p.m. in courtroom 1B at the Lake County Judicial Center. Her appearance has been waived. She's medical. And we are done for the day. Any objection?
No.
All the
right.
resets are reset to Monday?
Yes.
Okay.
Not all of them. I said one, just one. Don't ask me which one. But one of them is reset for tomorrow.
I'll just leave them here.
Okay. All right. Goodbye, everybody. Woohoo! All right, we have an interpreter here as well. Does the interpreter need to be sworn in?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to translate from Spanish to English, from English to Spanish in the testimony given today?
I do. Alan Figueroa, State Certified Spanish Court Interpreter.
Okay, great. All right, so I've had the opportunity to review the charging affidavit. It's on a prior warrant. So you were picked up on the warrant. Probable cause has already been found, and the bonds are going to be as stated in the warrant, which is $5,000 for each count, $15,000 total.
Bien, señor, he tenido la oportunidad de leer el documento de arresto, lo cual viene añadido a la orden de arresto que se había emitido. Usted fue arrestado debido a esa orden de arresto que se había emitido en su contra. Determinó que existen fundamentos fácticos suficientes y las fianzas se mantendrán tal cuales habían sido emitidas anteriormente, $5,000 por cada cargo, lo que lo trae a un total de $15,000.
Judge, Mr. Sierra also has conditions on the warrant stated at no contact, no return, no possession of weapons or firearms.
Su señoría, el señor Sierra también tenía las condiciones que les mencionaré en este momento en la orden de arresto, las cuales incluyen una prohibición de contacto, prohibirle regresar al lugar donde ocurrió y prohibirle la tenencia de ningún tipo de arma o municiones.
Okay, great. So we will maintain those standard conditions of no contact, no return, and no possession of firearm.
Bien, se mantendrán entonces esas condiciones estándar de cero contacto, prohibirle regresar al lugar y cero armas.
Your Honor, for the record, if this is no contact with the law enforcement officers involved, would this be no sought-out contact, as in if there's incidental contact and an event happens and they show up, that's okay?
Su señoría, y Para aclarar, la prohibición de contacto es con respecto a los oficiales de la ley que acudieron a la llamada y está incluyendo contacto deliberado, que él no vaya buscando a estas personas deliberadamente. Si por alguna razón ocurre un incidente y estos oficiales son los que llegan a esa llamada, no habría ningún problema.
Well, oh my goodness. It's the no contact is no contact as defined by Florida statutes. However, he cannot leave a detention. So if a law enforcement officer is investigating the case and there's a no contact, I think at that point, decision that's not going to be willful. So I'm not going to make any additional determinations of no contact is.
Yes, Your Honor, I just wanted to make sure that we had that clear.
Okay. Public
Bueno, la
defenders.
provisión
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Bueno, la prohibición de contacto es tal cual la que se indica en los estatutos de la Florida. Yo no tomaré ninguna otra decisión. Además de eso, si él está detenido y los oficiales de la ley están llevando a cabo una investigación y se aparecen, yo no determinaré que eso sería un incumplimiento voluntario deliberado. Bien, gracias, su señoría. Quería aclarar esa parte.
Yes. Okay. And public defenders appointed to represent him.
Thank you.
Y se ha designado defensor público para que lo represente. Gracias.
All right. Thank you, sir, interpreter. That was the only one for Osceola.
No problem, Your Honor. Your Honor, if you like, I can just stay on the line until you start with the orange cases.
Okay. I don't mind. That's what you would do. Good.
Okay?
Yes, sir. All right, perfect. The next case that we have is Abel de Gournay Ramirez.
Over there.
Okay. So, Mr. de Gournay Ramirez, you are here today for criminal mischief. I did have the opportunity to read the probable cause affidavit. The charging affidavit.
Judge?
Oh, this is not a Spanish interpreter case. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Then, I do find that there's probable cause, and the bond is at $1,000. He is not to return to the scene.
Judge?
Public defenders appointed to represent him.
My apologies, Judge. Mr. Abel Ramirez qualifies for the direct pretrial release if you were able to entertain that. He has no Florida history. He has some out of Arizona, but the disposition is unknown.
Okay. We can do either or. You can either do pretrial release or the bond out, whichever is sooner for you.
Your Honor, also, he still has some items at the hotel. He has a one-time return with law enforcement?
Yes.
Thank
So
you.
one-time return with law enforcement to retain items from the hotel. All right.
He would like to accept the direct PTR, Your Honor.
Okay, so pre-TR it is then. No.
No return, and then the one time, no return to the scene, and then one time with a law enforcement officer.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Luis Anthony Francisco.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. I did have the opportunity to review your arrest affidavit. I do find that there's probable cause for battery. I'm setting the bond at $500. No contact with the victim and no return to the residence or location. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. Appointing public defender to represent you. Good luck.
And, Your Honor, can he have a one-time return as well if he does have some personal property at the location?
Yes. One-time return with law enforcement. All right. Joseph Lucas Loreto.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good morning. Almost afternoon now. You're here today for violation of probation and community control. So your bond, you not have a bond on violation of probation. Does the defense wish to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor. We would be asking for bond based on This is a burglary of a conveyance, and we would ask for bond to be set, given the nature of the pandemic and everything that is happening right now.
Okay, state
Sorry, Your Honor.
position on Loreto. He's on a VOP, but the defense is asking to release him based on the pandemic. A bond, set a bond, sorry.
Yeah. No position, Your Honor. Up to you. It looks like the violation was on a bird conveyance.
Okay. All right, we'll set the bond at $2,000. Appointing public defender to represent you. Make sure you keep in contact with your attorney.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Trevor McNutt.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Mr. McNutt. It looks like you were out on bond for DUI, driving while under the influence and refusal, and driving license suspended. And your new arrest is also a driving while license suspended habitual track offender. I did find that there's probable cause for the driving license suspended habitual traffic offender. I'm setting your bond on the new charge at $2,500. But because you're driving on a DUI suspension, I am revoking your bond in the cases, which is 20 CF 1366.
So you sending in no bond?
No bond. I'm revoking the bond. I set the bond for the first one, 2,500, and then this one I'm revoking the bond. Public defenders appointed to represent you. Good luck. All right. Let's see. We have Donato Castro Miranda.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. I did have the opportunity, sir, to review your charging affidavit. I do find that there's probable cause for driving while under the influence, and your bond is set at $500. Public defender is appointed to represent you.
Judge, Officer Dunkirk, Mr. Miranda has only one prior battery that was dropped, and that was in 2014, and he meets the criteria for a direct pretrial release, non-monetary bond.
Okay.
Would court be able to entertain that?
Sure. Mr. Miranda, do you want pretrial release, or do you want just to pay the $500 bond?
He would request direct PTR.
All right, so it'll be direct PTR then. Public defender is appointed to represent you. Mr. Austin Spencer. Good afternoon, Mr. Spencer. You're here today for possession of controlled substance without a prescription and alter, destroy, conceal something. I did find there's probable cause based on the arrest affidavit, and the bonds are already set at $1,200 on each count. $1,250 on each count for a total of $2,500. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. Let me see something here.
Mr.
Yes?
Spencer is currently out on bond on two cases. Case number 20MM40, possession of paraphernalia. He was released the first of this year. The bond at that point was $250. He's also out on ROR on case number 20 CF1114. He was released on April 19th of this year, and that was for possession of controlled substances and possession of paraphernalia. Are you going to take any action on both those cases?
Yes, I'm revoking the bond on both of those cases since the charges are similarly related to the current one.
Just for the
So
record,
both-
he was out on ROR on the 20 CF1114.
Okay, so ROR is revoked and the bond is revoked.
Thank you, Judge. Huh?
Public defenders appointed to represent you. All right, that's all of Osceola, correct?
I have one more on my docket, Justin Witt.
Okay. All right, Mr. Witt. Good afternoon. All right. I have the opportunity to review your charging affidavit. I do find that there's probable cause. Your bond is set at $2,500. Have we heard from the victim?
Judge, we tried to call the victim this morning, and I left a voicemail, and we have not heard back from her.
Okay. All right. Well, this is an aggravated assault with deadly weapon to kill. I did have the opportunity to review the charging affidavit. I do believe that a bond of $2,500 is appropriate in this case.
Judge, can I ask for no weapons, no return, no contact?
Okay. No weapons. You are to possess no weapons. You are to not return. I think the scene was on the street, or was it a driveway? I remember the driveway. Was this a residence, Madam Public Defender? Oh, the 5156 Red Lane?
Yes, it was the edge of the street.
End of the street. But does the victim reside at that 5156 Red Lane?
No, Your Honor. Based on what was in the report, she does not reside there. It is a friend's residence.
Okay. So it was a street, and there was not really a residence. That's what I kind of remember. So no contact with the victim, no return to the scene. You can say that. That's enough. And then no possession of any weapons.
Yes, Your Honor. And that's
Public defenders appointed.
That is the last I have on our docket here in Osceola.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend. See you tomorrow.
Yep, see you tomorrow.
All right, but I have the interpreter here, though. Do they just hang up?
The interpreter is still here, Your Honor.
No, I know, but for everybody else, does Osceola just know how to hang up? I have to end them? Click on them. And I'm afraid of end call, but okay, here goes nothing. Everybody's gone. See?
The interpreter is not gone, Your Honor.
Oh, you're there still?
So let's call.
Yep.
Now we have to call.
Good.
Call BRC1.
BRC1. Oh my God, we're gonna have to get that poor Paul on the phone again.